We're allowed to save scum just this once. It's not about save scumming. If I annex this stuff, it's going to be like 100 years before I make that decision. Because I can just annex this stuff after we become a pirate republic. That's not a problem. Well, like I said, the way that we can find out is when it becomes available. As soon as we get rid of the inland thing. In fact, if we're just on an island that says you can do it, then fantastic, we can do it. Pretty sure we can't because the option never appeared when I controlled this plus the 3 provinces during my test thing. I cheated myself enough government reform to test that. Monsoon weather has so far been more severe than expected in Madagascar. The powerful winds and heavy rains have caused damage. How very tragic. Again, I forgot to check where that was. Damn it. It always seems to be the capital region. Yep, it's the capital region, which has a fort, so... Alright, so, reform, progress, 1,000. Decisions. No decision available. So, no. However, if I gave this province to Imerina, still not available. If I got rid of those 3 provinces, I'm just going to give them all to Imerina. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to give it to Saklava. Grant Province. Mafali. Grant Province. Antolia thingy. Antosi. Give Province. And tomorrow. It doesn't. It will appear straight away. Still not there. So let's cancel the vassals. Except I can't do this with negative prestige. Actually, that doesn't matter. Where is break vassalization? I need to look up the console command for prestige. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. That's not it. There we go. It's just prestige. Right, so we've gotten rid of both of our vassals. And it should now be available. During my test game, it was. Stability, thank you. Well, stability should just be on the modifier. It should just show you need more stability. The very fact that it's not appearing at all kind of concerns me a bit, but I will try and get some stability. Stability 2, because you need level 2. Wow, it doesn't even... No, that's just the divination. What else am I missing? Yeah, I know, Blackjack. All owned provinces being coastal or either on an island or in the Maghreb region. That's just saying 7 provinces and an island or Maghreb, not an island or 7 provinces. It's 10% trade power. That's going to require a lot more light ships, I think. It's privateer. There it is. Those should just appear. There should be a decision. Less than 7. Alright, let's give Menabe away then. Except I can't because they're not a fucking... Alright, what about if I sell you it? We're not rivals? We're not rivals. There it is. So yeah, you have to be less than 7 provinces. The fact that you're an island does not matter. You just have to be on an island in order to become a pirate republic. You can't control the whole of Madagascar and magically be able to bypass the 7 provinces. It does not work that way. And I'm not going to press the button until I'm actually ready to do so. Alright, so. I proved my point. I was right. I've tested this. And why were you just suffering some attrition there? Yeah, the 5 stab loss is painful. It's definitely really rather painful. Another temple? I don't think it's really worth it. Do I want to get marketplaces here? It would be relatively easy for us to get a fairly significant portion of the trade in Zanzibar. Nah. Which is nice, because that actually saves us a building slot basically everywhere for more sailors and more shipyards. Our merchants have picked up a few new concepts when it comes to handling trade. When they encountered some foreign merchants, they think it will be some investment to try it out, but very beneficial for Betsimisaraka in the long run. Spare no expense. And rebels. Started as Imerina a couple of days ago and have expanded to mainland. Man, it's fun, but a pain to deal with the institutions of Madagascar. Yep, I have already come across that problem, and it's definitely a pain. That's right, get out of here. Stop causing me attrition. Nope, come back. How is the professionalism doing? Oh, hell yeah. We're at 27% already. Nice. And start converting that again. Antimorian separatists. Antimorians. Anatosi. Oh, right. Yeah, that was those green guys. I was thinking they were called something else for some reason. Rains bring fertility to Saklava. Local tax modifier plus 20%. Nice. More money is always good. And I can get admin tech. Do it. That is also a new idea, which is going to be nice because tech is going to be too expensive to afford soon. So, this is a critical juncture. What do we want to get? Going for an early maritime or an early naval will give us a big boost against Kilwa, which right now is the biggest threat we face. Going for economic ideas is just a strong choice generally because it allows you to get more tech. Innovative would allow institution spread to grow quicker, but I don't think that's going to be very useful for us. We are going to need to find a way of getting technology. The other one is we could go expansion or exploration early on. We could try and get the Mozambique Channel. Unfortunately, that's the only island we've seen that is not colonized. We could also start colonizing South Africa, but that kind of defeats the purpose of being privateers over there. I don't know why, but now I want to see someone to play as Pirate Cyprus. I was very tempted to do Pirate Cyprus, but I fairly recently did the Knights campaign, and that's basically going to be the same story as the Knights. Except, I guess, from the perspective you'll be on the Islamic side, rather than the Christian side. Oh, and that was one other thing I had to confirm, is I don't think it actually says anywhere in the dev diaries that pirates can actually raid same religion. They can. I double-checked that one. Because that's kind of a big deal. Yes, I'm a pirate. Wait, I can't raid Christians? What? Cyprus is Christian. Really? But it's guaranteed by the Mamelukes. How to develop the way to the first 3 institutions. I really don't want to do that. Which is why we do kind of need to colonize somewhere where we can get technology from. Or else just take somewhere which has that kind of access. Not looking at anywhere in particular. I mean, expansion ideas would give me a CB on the whole of India. So we could go, for example, after the Maldives, and then use the Maldives as a privateering post. But I can't explore that way. Well, if I want exploration ideas, I could explore and go east towards Indonesia and start my own pirate colonies. If I go to the Cape, you can move up the coast and hit Europe and the Caribbean. Yeah, I'm feeling like exploration might be the way for us to go. Because that would allow me to start colonizing Mozambique Channel Island. And then also start exploring our way around. Then grab something like St. Helena? Is that the island that's over here? And then maybe some of the islands on the way to Indonesia. Because we want those islands. We want the pirate bases. And the Europeans do tend to colonize those pretty early on. And I would quite like to have a base in the Caribbean if possible. Oh. Haha, no. Because this is going to count against my province limit. We can't go exploration, we can't do that. Or we do something really radical and just don't choose an idea group until we've become a pirate. Because the next reform's going to be in 14 years. And then we're going to have another reform after that to wait. So we're probably not going to go pirate until probably 1530 at the earliest. $1520 at the earliest. 1530 is the most likely. Actual limits number of cities, so you could go pirate and complete colonies. Yeah, but by that point, colonies will have completed. I mean, we could use it just for the exploration and then just hope that we can grab whatever. Or we can colonize... We take exploration second and take something else now. What does Maritime get me? Naval tradition for protecting trade, that would be useful. Sailor modifier is always good. Ship repair and sailor maintenance, good. Naval force limit would be pretty huge. As with the ship costs. I feel like Maritime is a better early choice than Naval. Naval leader shock is nice, the galleys are irrelevant. Fire and morale when losing a ship is good. And actually, the morale hit when losing a ship would allow us to use light ships more aggressively, because usually the downside for using light ships in combat is when they sink, you take that morale hit. Could also go defense to counter kill war size in the short term. Yeah, but that would mean letting them land. And the worst thing I could do is let them land. Or you mean just for the morale? I'd rather go something economic. I find that I do the best when I have an economic idea early on. The other one, and this is a bit of a long shot, is to go espionage. Advisor costs are down. And we would have the embargo and privateer efficiency. But I think it's too early to start privateering a lot. You need better ships to do that. And we are going to have to privateer Zanzibar because it's literally the only thing we can reach. Or we could just go for the usual economic. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I don't think economic's going to be as useful as it usually is. I mean, the dev cost, the tax modifier, and the construction cost are the main reasons to go this, plus the loan reduction. Why not go innovative? I don't think it's going to give us very much, because we need an actual source for the technology for innovative to pay off. So I think early on we're just going to fall behind until we can take exploration. Maritime would probably make the most sense. The ship cost, the ship size, the admiral cost and upkeep, and then also the privateering efficiency. I'd forgotten that Maritime now has privateer efficiency, they didn't used to. Yeah, we're going to go Maritime. That's going to help us actually become a pirate too. And do I want to start doing the ideas, or do I want to tech up one more time? I want to tech up one more time so I can get the sailor modifier. I can start getting innovative. No, there's no point getting innovative. We're behind the times in tech, so we're just going to lose innovation straight away. Tech cost, if you aren't deving, is a big deal. Yeah, but my answer to that is to just not tech up. I'm an island. As long as I can maintain naval superiority somehow, then that's not a huge issue. Stab cost modifier. Nice. Aristocrats are concerned. Our policy of appointing promising commanders, regardless of birth, is upsetting the aristocrats who find it hard to dine with men who lack proper breeding. Lose stability, or the nobility gains some loyalty and we lose some naval tradition. That's fine by me. Mill tech up. I think we probably want to do this. Actually, I'm kind of... I'm taking your point there, Nems. Tech cost is now 3rd. I'm sure that they've moved that earlier. The leaders without upkeep is always nice. I'm a huge fan of the advisor cost reduction. And actually, the advisor cost reduction from that and from that is going to put us in a really good position when it comes to late game monarch points. Because we'll have a base of minus 35% advisor cost for all advisors, not just the event spawned ones. It was always 3rd? Okay. Like, I generally know what each idea group gives, I just don't remember the orders necessarily. But like I said, I will be publishing a proper video where I go over all the changes in a bit more detail. Yeah, I know espionage gets a privateer. That's one of the main reasons to go espionage. I don't know. Is it worth it just for 10% tech cost? Because what am I going to do with the Maritime in the short term? Let's discuss it from that perspective. So the sailors are going to mean that I can maintain more ships. This does not come... Oh, it does... No, it does not come with a sailor maintenance reduction. It does come with a ship cost reduction, which I think does indirectly reduce maintenance too. And it's going to allow me to privateer and blockade more effectively, which will allow me to become a pirate more easily. Especially with Kilwell right there. No, I think Maritime is the right choice. But I will need to find a way of getting feudalism when it appears near us. It's already spreading down the Red Sea. Even if we took those islands, it wouldn't help. We basically kind of have to go after Mara. Aden, Warsungli, and Sind. Sind, Warsungli, and Aden. I mean, they're not the biggest provinces. Mara themselves have expanded a bit. I do think I want the Miltech. Increases the cavalry. So Tarak Cavalry or Somali Light Cav. Tarak Cav is just all-out morale damage, while the Somali Light Cavalry also comes with a bit of morale resist. I want these guys to just output damage. So we'll do that. And we can start the State Firearm Regiments. Ooh, nice. That's going to be more expensive, but is going to mean we drill faster and also start going up the professionalism track faster, I believe. Although we are still waiting for the rebels, so we're not drilling right now. Back in a few, just going to make some food, probably a cup of tea. I fully endorse the making of cups of tea. One should always make cups of tea when available. Kind of wish they had more tribal events. I severely doubt the tribal places had stratified. I don't understand that last bit, Katie. Okay, so Nems, the reason I don't do the institution deving is not because I want to save dev points by deving, it's because I hate the fact that you can just spawn an institution in the middle of nowhere with no context. I prefer its natural spread over time. That's why I don't dev for institutions, not because it's expensive. I'm taking attrition. Why am I taking attrition? More to the point, where? Because these guys are going to sink if they're not careful. My supply ships reach everywhere, and it's not because of a shortage of sailors. For once. One thing that I probably should be spending a bit of money on is some heavies. Awesome heavies. So let's go ahead and afford buy those. Oh, except I don't have economics, so I probably shouldn't be taking all the inflation boosts. Whoops. Right where they are, right now. Why are you taking attrition here? +1 base value. For what? You're in a coastal region. Why is there a +1 base value? Are you even in supply range? Is it time at sea? That makes no sense. I think it's counting that place as out of supply range, even though it's not. And here. Leader doesn't matter, not with protecting trade. I'd prefer Paradox not tie any of the ideas to galleys, given how limited they are. It ruins things like naval ideas. Well, it makes naval ideas really strong for nations like Denmark and basically any of the Mediterranean powers. I don't mind that one so much. It would be nice if there was another use for improved rams, that's true. What would it be? It would need to be something relatively minor so it doesn't overpower the naval ideas. Just utility. I stayed with Maritime. Not to be a humbug, but any chance you could turn off the carols? We've heard it 3 times already. Yeah, they do seem to come up an obnoxious amount of times, don't they? I'll just skip it. Stop tempting with that innovativeness. It's pointless.